I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could find.
Hello everyone, Abby here, Purple Cottage Crafts, and welcome back to another, not really a tutorial, but kind of like a create with me type of video. So let me show you the two things that are like a new thing to me, or at least not the items that are new, but the way to use them is new to me. So I just grabbed these two different packs of cotton floss from Hobby Lobby. They had them on, I think it was like 30 or 40% off, something like that. Now, I'm not a real big fan of the brights, like primary colors, but I love the purples, obviously, the pinks, I like the browns in there. So but these are something I think I could incorporate like one of my different garden and botanical journals. So, but anyway, so I grabbed the pastel version as well, and I have been I haven't shared this anywhere on social media actually. Not that it's like breaking news, but I have been in love with the whole slow stitch, hand stitch movement. I follow some amazing ladies and gents on Instagram, and I will link their Instagram account below so you can go check them out too. Probably close to maybe just under a year, I guess you could say, and I've just fell in love with it. The reason I haven't tried it yet is because I was a little bit not afraid, but I didn't know how to do that kind of thing. I mean, that wasn't like my realm of crafting, but I love the style. And I found some ladies on YouTube, and I again will link them below as well, that kind of had some basic tutorials. And now that I watch them, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I haven't done it yet, so I'm not saying, girl, I got it down. That's not what I mean. But I thought it was more intricate than what it looks like on the completed projects. Now, there are some ladies who go above and beyond, and their work is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm not at that level. I don't think I'll ever get at that level, but I know I can kind of do the beginning to maybe intermediate type stuff. So I wanted to really incorporate that kind of additional crafting style into a project that I'm working on. So I wanted to show these two first, because this one's not going to get used today. But I'm working on, you can probably guess my color palette for some Valentine's / romantic journals that I'm working on. And I really love the soft pastel colors, maybe even bring in some of the blue, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So I have that. And I'll set that off to the side for you. And then a few more things that I've kind of gathered, and underneath all of this is the actual fabric cover for the journal. So I will get there, I promise you. And if you're new to my channel, real quick, this might look chaotic to a lot of you or some of you. This is kind of my design style and kind of my whole process of doing the different, just the different compositions and stuff for my different projects. So I don't plan on using all of these items. I'll kind of cherry pick and pull some off, and then with I might add some items too if I can get to them, because everything's still packed. So I'm very visual. I like to have this kind of stuff around me. It inspires me to use it or not to use it, or I'll think of a completely different project as I'm working on the current one. All right, so this is just a little wood thing from, I can't remember what company, had like some different wood veneer bits in it. This is what do they call it at Joann's I got this last night at Joann's. Let's see here. It's the Goddess Collection, and it was on clearance, so I got it for $5. And then I got another % off that too, because they were having like a clearance on their clearance prices. So I thought those were really pretty. Obviously, I'm not going to put all these on there, though. Actually, the only ones I was really thinking about are these two really sweet kind of like fabric flower type of thing, maybe dangling like off the back and in the center and the bottom. I don't know, we'll see. And then I think that was only two things that kind of intrigued me. Oh, maybe this little gold tassel. So there's that. Put that over here so I don't knock it all over the place. So just a few different things I think I might want to put on the journal. Again, this inspiration for me. Hobby Lobby had their Soology brand 50% off. It's over now. Sorry, I didn't film this until it was already over. I didn't do like a haul video or anything for it, but I grabbed the light pink and ivory. And then same thing with their buttons, and I grabbed this really cute pack of like kind of like a dusty pink. I grabbed a really nice red, but I don't really have a lot of red heavy things in the journal, so I don't want to you know, if I think about it later, I might, who knows. And then just some random different trims and things I can cut down. I've got some sari silk in case I kind of want to bring a little bit more of a pop of color. Some lace here, stiffer lace, and then this is my, I love this stuff. I'm getting really sad when the other ball, which is about this big, because they were both about this big when I started. I love this stuff I found at Goodwill, great find. So I have some of that, and then some wider lace possibly. And then I thought maybe, yeah, I kind of play around with the idea of doing some buttons, because I've seen that in some of the Instagram people I follow. Sorry for the sandwich bag packing, but like everything's packed, so I don't have like my cute little containers right now and dishes and stuff. So this is some, you know, kind of natural wood buttons. Are not vintage, they're from Walmart. But in case I want to bring in some of that, I might do that. Just pulled out one of my appliques that was easy to get to. Wedding dress appliques, and let's see, here's a little bit left from a vintage linen. It's kind of like a cream and beigey, and just a really pretty pink and kind of dusty pink rose kind of colors is what I'm kind of going for here. And then I have just some different materials that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. Again, I didn't do a haul video, so these are just, you haven't seen these before from a haul video. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am such a purple girl. We all know that. Love it. But these are really pretty. I really do like this color. I don't remember what this was called. I should have took a picture of it on the bolt, but I'm sure all of you ladies who are way more experienced with fabric than I am, this is just really, really super pretty. So I might want to incorporate a little bit of that. We'll see. This I got as a remnant. I think it was from, I can't remember if it was Joann's or Hobby Lobby, but this is really pretty. I like the kind of a little bit deeper natural tone of this one, and it's got some really pretty glistening kind of, I almost said sprinkles, sequins, Abby. Kind of going throughout there. And then this is some fabric. I almost bought another yard of this, and I'm glad I didn't, because it's kind of pricey. I forgot I had a little bit left. So this really pretty fabric that I bought, I bought it when we lived in Florida, so I don't know if it was from Walmart or where it was from, Michael's, I don't know, or Joann's, I don't know. Really, really pretty though, so I'm gonna use a little bit of that. And then I have this strip left over from a prior project, so I'll probably just use that portion. Okay, and down to the actual project. I have this paper here, in case you're wondering, because this is a drop cloth for painting, and I kind of knocked over my cup of coffee, so it doesn't look very nice, so I just have that there for now. So this is the actual journal, finally getting to the project. I have the signatures. It's only going to be a 2-page or 2 signature for this. I'm not making like a big tome or just a big, you know, on one of my larger chunky types, just, you know, fairly small for me, I guess you could say. So I have the signatures here, and I have them sewn to this really gorgeous wallpaper from Timmy Holtz, our beloved Timmy. And I just kind of have just to kind of give you a little bit of the color palette, so you can kind of see where I'm kind of going with it on the cover. So I've got, like, you know, some pinks and some beiges, and a little bit of some that's the Victorian velvet, I believe, from Timmy. And then got some deli papers. This is why I was thinking maybe a pop of blue, because that's in there. Love this little heart stampy thing. So this, I don't have a lot of this kind of red in here. I don't want to be quite so bright, so this kind of give you a quick visual here, and you can really see that fabric or wallpaper from Timmy right there. It's super pretty. I gotta put those back. Okay, and let's see here. Yeah, just so kind of that kind of color palette scheme, whatever. And that's kind of where I'm thinking of as far as my design or the pattern I'm gonna make. So we get this in the middle here, so you can kind of see. And I make my covers a little bit larger when I'm doing fabric journals, because what's what I'm looking for? I really kind of layer up and thicken up my journals and projects. It's just kind of like a signature thing with me. Not claiming as my idea. I'm just saying that that's something I kind of do. I have like it's like one of the different not technique, but like the style you're going to see from things that I make. I like to have lots of layers and the details and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit bigger than the journal itself, which is fine with me. I just did the heartbeat stitch just because, like a romance Valentine journal, don't look too close. I'm not a seamstress. I claim that every single time I'm playing with fabric or sewing stuff. It's just for fun. I like, you know, kind of looks good. And I have a piece of light pink felt in there. All right, so this is going to be the bottom, because I like the tags hanging, or the tags, I like the strings kind of hanging off in the bottom there. And I kind of marked where my center is. It's going to get covered, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, so this is kind of what I am going to be working on. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably put the camera on, just kind of do like a fast process, because I'm already at, oh my goodness, almost 10 minutes in. Such a gabber. And I'm kind of get my things kind of sorted out like I want, and then I'll come back on and do a little bit in real time, and then the rest I will do as a process portion. So I will be right back. Okay, so when I'm looking through the viewfinder, it looks a bit wonky. I'm not sure why it looks like it's tilted. Maybe I have the cover on this paper weird. Okay, there. So I already took a picture of this, just like I do with other projects, and we all do that. So I can remember how I have this kind of laid in there. Now, I added, the last things I put on here were these little strips from this sari silk. And what I did is because it's my thing, so I can do it, I guess, but I cut into the middle of it because I wanted the wider strips like this instead of these smaller thin ones, which I will use for something different. So I did that, and I like that pop of that kind of color because it really brings out the really gorgeous shabby roses in the, you zoom in so you can actually see what I'm talking about here. Hopefully there's an ambulance going by, so I don't know if it's gonna be too loud or not, but okay. So Abby, get it together. There we go. All right, so yeah, so it brings out the deeper tones, I think, of the really beautiful shabby chic fabric with the roses on it. And I am going to be tattering some of the edges. Like, this isn't even tattered yet because I like that look. So some things I've tattered, like the trims, the fabric trim. Here I'm gonna hold it a little close so you can see it. I've kind of tattered the edges like that. I love that look. So I'm gonna do that with the trims that I haven't done that with. Let's see here. I think it looks really cool. I like it. I think this is gonna be fun. So I did do a practice before I wanted to start filming myself doing this because I am very green to this whole slow stitching thing, and I really love it though. It's been like obsessive for me, to be honest. I geek out on Instagram, following so many great crafters out there who do that. Oh, speaking of, I will link her channel below, but let me show you. Sonia Steptoe, I think is her name, but that's her yeah, that's her channel right there. Hopefully it doesn't make the video weird, but this is the video that I watched of hers. Hers is 42 minutes long. Actually, it's a bit longer than that, but I watched the whole thing from beginning to end because I just wanted to. But you can skip ahead if you want to see how to begin it, or how she does the back stitch, that kind of stuff, because I didn't know any of that at all. So I learned all that from watching her. And there's a couple other people too, but Sony's is the video that I watched that had, you know, she talks you through it, cutting the strips down and arranging things and all that. So that's what I needed for that. So I just did a little bit of a trial run so I didn't mess up this journal cover since I'm going to sell it. As far as needles, I didn't really see a specific kind, like you need to buy this needle to do slow stitching. I didn't see that. If I'm using the wrong ones, you can kindly and gently tell me in the comment section which one I should go use. I looked all over Hobby Lobby and Joann's, and I didn't see anything, like I said, that just said this is what this needle's for, this, nothing else, or whatever. So I just grabbed a pack of different needles that I use. I like the larger eyes like that for thicker threads and things that I use when I'm doing projects and stuff. So the one I'm going to use, this one here, it's longer, which I like. I have more needles, but they're still packed, so that's why I went to Joann's and Hobby Lobby to just get another pack or two. But the eye on this one is not super big, but I can get this I don't know if this is called embroidery floss. I don't know what this is called. I can get that through here because I tried it on that sample piece. So now I'm just going to try to figure out which trim, and I can use actually a couple different colors if I wanted to. So I think what I'll do is I'll pull some out and just kind of lay them on there and see what I like. Saving the lilac one for an Abby project. Okay, so I want to do too many, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do any cream, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. We'll throw that one in the mix. And then let's try to get one of these darker pinks in there. So I'm kind of thinking that's going to be the color palette, and as I'm going along I may end up using just one, two, I don't know, we'll see, or I might switch some out. It's kind of the process for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get these you know, the lengths off that I want, kind of cut ahead of time so you're not watching me do all of that, and then get my needle threaded, and then I'll come back on when I'm starting to do a little bit the first few stitches of this, and then I'll probably speed it up because, again, slow crafter here. It is slow stitching, but not as slow as Abby is most of the time. Okay, so I put this board underneath here, just so I kind of had a definition from, you know, the edge of the book or book cover to the table, since I have that pink piece of scrapbook table or scrap of paper covering my coffee spill. So I am 99.9% sure that this is not the way you're supposed to do this, but this is what I'm doing. At least for my first try, is I went ahead. The lady I watched, you know, she only did like a couple sections at a time. I wanted to build the composition like I do when I'm making, you know, anything, layouts, cards, tags, whatever. I like to kind of have the base figured out, and then I kind of know where I want to come back in and out of the pieces and stuff. So I don't know if this is going to work out best for me or not, but I'm going to give it a try and we'll see how it goes, and I will adapt as the, time goes on. So I just used some of Timmy's little clips to kind of clip these little bits to where they are, or where I want them to go. Yes, I have a picture, but I don't know. I want to give this a try. We'll see how it goes. And then those little pins have like the little plastic ball on the end of them. I forget what they're called. I have some of those, but again, they're packed and I forgot to grab another container last night. So I'm just using some regular needles to kind of hold the inner pieces together. And then what I'm going to be doing is I have pulled out these other trims, like the different, you know, gimps and Chinese braid and stuff, because I'm going to be adding these extra little bits after the base layer is like stitched together. And then I'll come back through. It might be kind of hard to see because, let me zoom in just a little bit. Oops, wrong way, Abby. Because this clip is right here, but let me just take it off real quick and I'll show you. Like there was like a spot right there that probably looks fine, which, you know, but I want to have it covered up because that's just, it's going to bug me if I don't. So I thought about laying like a piece of this there, like that little bit of length. I thought that'd be cute, or possibly cutting off, you know, just one smaller roll or row, excuse me, of these flowers and putting them there. I don't know, we'll see. But I kind of want to focus on getting this part done first, and then I will move on. Okay, I've been kind of sort of stalling because I don't know why I'm so nervous about filming myself doing this. I've just never done it, and I don't know, a little insecure, I guess. So move this over here. I haven't decided if I want to start from the top or the bottom. I think this is enough to get through this section here. I mean, I tried to measure it and kind of eyeball a little bit. I think I'll be fine. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. Let me cut a bit longer piece because I don't know if this is long enough. I'll be right back. Okay, stalling aside. So I made it just a little bit longer, and I'm not too worried about the strips I'm not using, because I save all this kind of stuff. I save little bits of string and trim and yarn, all that kind of stuff, so I can use it in smaller projects. So I do keep this, so it's definitely not going to get wasted. So if I happen to run out of this particular pink, which I won't, because this isn't a very big project, but you know, I could just use one of the other colors if I think I'm getting a little bit too low or something. So we'll go from there. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I want myself to get situated here. And okay, I'm just trying to find the edge of the book so I can make sure I'm actually stitching on. Okay, and oops, do I want to start from the bottom and go? Oh, do I want to do that way? No, I want to start up here. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you, Abby? Have some confidence here. It's just stitching. It's nothing serious. Okay, stay. I guess if some of the pieces move and kind of shimmy around on me, I guess it's not like the end of the world. I you know, I kind of like that wonky look too, but I kind of want to make this as straight as I can. And so when I was watching Sonia do hers, of course she was much faster than I am because first time here, but she was, you know, doing some of the stitches longer, you know, like shorter stitches in between, and she was doing some that were longer. I'm trying to poke through that thicker part of that table runner. So let me go ahead and do another one, and I'll scooch my needle down a little bit. So I'm trying to stay inside the heartbeat stitch line because I'm going to be covering the inside of the journal with I haven't decided if I want to. I think I'm going to do some collaging on the inside, the front cut, you know, the whole inside of the journal. So I'm just trying to stay within that margin, because that way you won't see all the different stitches and stuff. I can't believe I'm filming myself doing this. My nails are a little bit too long because she was sick last week and I had an appointment to get mine cut down a little bit more. So that's part of the problem. And I know it, and this part is like super painful for people to watch me do this. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to pull this through. Maybe I shouldn't go through that crochet. It's kind of hard to get through there. Oh well, we're gonna do it. Okay, don't undo my needle here. You stay where you're supposed to stay, and we'll pull this through. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a tail per what I saw Sonia do. So I don't know how precise I have to be, like in measuring out the different, you know, like the distance between the stitches. I don't think it has to be a certain width, does it? I don't know. Because I can promise you mine is not going to be uniform, because that's just not going to happen. So I'm going to kind of go on the other side. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That's all right. We'll just go with it. Pull back just a little bit, get the needle through there. I guess the good thing about having acrylics on, they do act like as a thimble a little bit, because they protect my fingers, that's for sure. Okay, do one more this way, and we'll come back up one more time. Just trying to go through that felt there on the inside and pop out. Okay, so now scrunch together, and let me pull the needle through all the way. I know this is probably super painful. I will get better, I promise, the more I do it. Okay, that piece is moving, that's okay. And this is kind of a lesson learned for me too, maybe to not try to put such thicker material on this when I'm trying to do this, or at least figure out a better rhythm for myself when I'm doing it. And I'm going to pinch here because I don't want the thread to come out, because you know, it's not super easy for me to rethread that because of the size of the needle. Okay, so I'm going to keep pulling through here. And then Sonia did mention, and the other ladies too, but like I said, Sony's was the one I watched a couple times actually. Okay, so you can see how I kind of went off of the, see, that really bugs me, but I'm gonna leave it alone. So I'm gonna go ahead and, ooh, it's not gonna look really bad if I do that though. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of keep going on this edge, and then when I go back to do the next row, go the other direction. Okay, so what Sonia had mentioned was that if there's like some puckering, she said that's normal or to be expected because of the way you're doing this. So I'm not going to fret too much. I don't see like a significant amount of puckering. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one all the way through. And then what I will do is I will film myself after I do this first row here. I will film myself, but I will speed up the video so you're not watching this slow, painful process. So before I forget again, and I might mention it again at the end of the video, I'm not sure, because sometimes I do that. If any of you out there, any ladies and gents that do slow stitching, I would love to know that, because I would love to go to your, you know, wherever your social media place is that you share this, if you do, or you could just email me some pictures. I would love to be able to see it and kind of, you know, support you guys as well and learn from all of you, because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, this is the first time, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. This has been really fun already. Kind of, you know, it's kind of like therapy a little bit, kind of like when I do fussy cutting. It's just that kind of a thing for me. Okay, where's that edge? Okay, I'm almost there. So I'm going to go through one more, the top. Okay, and we'll pull this through. I'm trying my best to keep my hands out of the view as much as we can. Okay, so there's that. Now, when Sonia did hers, she left her tails on the open, and I didn't understand how you secured the what is this, like embroidery thread? I don't know what it's called. I keep saying the wrong thing. Let me grab the pack here. Sorry, they call it cotton floss. Okay, cotton floss, Abby. So I didn't know how you would secure the cotton floss, like this little strip hanging out here. Because I was like, do you tie a knot? What do you do? Because it could, you know, slip out and whatever. So she showed how to do a back stitch, and so I will be doing that. That's why I kind of left a little bit of a tail. I'm going to kind of pull this a little bit more this way if I can. And that's why I left a little bit longer of a tail, so I had enough to loop through and to do the back stitch. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't need to film myself doing a back stitch. That's basic. You know, and I'm not teaching anybody anything here. Okay, so I got, let's see, 4 rows all together. I stopped, went and had dinner and that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of getting back to it. When I'm doing this in this direction, like this is the front and this is the back, like of once it's closed, I feel like I'm doing this. And I'm sure it's probably because I'm new to this, but I wondered if I flipped it upside down, if for me, it would be easier. I'm gonna put this here so I don't forget to pin that in. Stay there. I I wanted to try going this direction to see if it was easier for me to kind of hold it and do this, because otherwise I'm trying to hold this up. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I'm going to give it a try. Maybe halfway through I have to flip it back over to the side. I don't know. So I'm just going to try to get myself lined up here so I'm not going too crooked, too wonky. So let me kind of look, see where I'm going. So I'm going to kind of keep my eye on the prize here because I'm having a tendency to kind of go off all the learning curve here, but you know. We're giving it a go. We're giving it a go. You know, and I was thinking that this is like the perfect name. This is like the perfect craft for me. Slow stitching. Because I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I just love this. I mean, I'm in love already. But the first slow stitch, crooked or not, I love. This is really fun for me. I just kind of got to get my rhythm here a little bit, and then once I do, I think once you know, it's going to be a little bit quicker for me, and I'm going to have more confidence with each one that I do. So go. All right, now I want to make sure this is staying up where I want it to be. This piece of satin salvage edge there. I want to make sure it's drooping down too low. I want it to be a little bit higher like that. So, okay, just trying to be mindful of that area as well as I get ready to venture into the bottom border area. Just got to get my rhythm here. Just got to get it figured out. It's like, get a grip. And I'm leaving these long right now on the ends. Oh, I did sew these 3 little buttons. I thought that was kind of a cute little detail. I'm leaving my ends kind of longer when I do my looped stitch on this, because I might want to add maybe some beads or do some really cool kind of knot tying with, you know, the different colors of the floss I pulled out. I don't know. I like to have options, and if I don't want to do anything, I can trim it off, and it's not, you know, nobody's the wiser, I guess. So that's, if you're looking at that, I did that on purpose. Okay, now we go down here, just a little bit smaller, and go through. Oops, oopsie, backed out the hole too far. What was I saying? Was I talking about these napkins still? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, did I get that piece of... Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So make sure I got that piece of the salvage edge in the stitch, and I did. Okay, now I think I am... Yeah, let me back out so you can kind of see a little bit better here. Now it's probably hard to see because it's like pink on pink on pink. But I feel like that row is a little bit straighter. Again, not that that's required, I don't think. I mean, this clear is not going to win any type of slow stitching award. But, yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show you that real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the back stitch here. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, how many rows I have there? Where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think what I'll do is like maybe switch to a little bit deeper, or the next shade up. All right, so the next segment you're going to see is me speeding it up so it looks like I'm going super, super fast. Okay, new day, new nail polish. Very happy with my color choice this time. Really pretty purple, and they're not as long as they were in the previous clips. Oh, I keep forgetting to put this little thing back on there. So what I wanted to do is, sorry guys, I'm trying to get my picture back up on my phone to see exactly where I had this the first time. Okay, there we go. So figures, because I finally got that all straight. I forgot a piece, but I'm just going to stick this right here because I will just kind of poke it like this on there, on that needle kind of, if I can. There we go. Then I'm going to know that it's supposed to go right in there. So this is how far I am now. So I'm working on, the next row is going to be right here. So I have all this over here all done. Okay, so, oops, I keep poking myself. I need to make it go that way and I keep forgetting. So that'll probably happen again. Where was I at? Oh, so this isn't really about what I'm doing right now. See if make sure you guys can still see me here. I went to Goodwill today after my nail appointment, or not Goodwill, it's called St. Vinny's. I'm not sure if all the states have a St. Vinny's or not, but it's like a part of the St. Vincent de Paul, the church, and it's like a mission type of place, but they have a thrift shop here in Albany. And it's huge. I mean, it's big. It's like almost the size of like a grocery store. But actually, it probably is the size of a grocery store. It's really, really large. And I was in there today. I came, oops, backed out too far. I was in there today for probably about a little over 3 hours. Yes, 3 hours. Can you believe it? So I'll have the video probably of that haul up, probably after this one, because I really want to get this one uploaded, because I've been doing sneak peeks on my Instagram and Facebook, and I know people are wanting to see what it looks like when it's done. So kind of pulling this through, make sure it doesn't come out. Sometimes it does because I forget to grab it. Leave myself a little bit of a tail. Some are longer than others, and that's okay. It's all okay. So I'm trying not to poke myself again like I just did a second ago. What works, you know, doesn't make it quite so awkward. It's probably very painful for anybody who actually does know how to do this. And if so, I apologize. I definitely am going to put, you know, my first time / novice in the video title. So at St. Vincent's today, oh my goodness, it was a gold mine. I'm not even joking you. And the price, it was just insane. I couldn't believe it. I asked the lady twice ago, that's really how much this is? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Or how much these are. So I went to this aisle, and well, first I went to the linens and textile section, and I found quite a few things. How I shop is I load things in my cart that I want, and then I visit the rest of the store. And then when I'm getting ready to go check out, I'll kind of weed through my cart again to see if I really want those things. And so then I'll always go back. I'm the shopper. I will always put stuff back where I found it. Even if it's an inconvenience to go way across the store, I just, you know, I used to work in a grocery store in the deli for 9 years before I went to nursing school. And it was just kind of frustrating when people would just like ditch, especially the deli stuff. They'd like throw sliced meat and cheese that they had us cut for them, like in the vegetable can aisles. Like, what? I want to talk about that. Oh, I know. I was talking about my cart and what I had in it. So I grabbed a bunch of different textiles and drapes and stuff, and then I wasn't, about half mile, I was kind of like, you know, but I wanted to kind of think about it as I was walking around. Well, I decided to put close to half actually it was about half of all the different fibers and fabrics and stuff like that. I put them back on the rack because I had made out like a bandit in the book section. I mean, I was stacking books underneath on the bottom of the cart because I couldn't even, because I had so much different, you know, curtain panels and things like that in there. None of them were really shabby chic that I left behind, were more like textile. And since I have 2 huge totes full of that type of material from Facebook Marketplace purchase from Florida, I will link that video below in case you want to see it. I made out like a bandit there as well. And I was just like, oh my word. It was one huge aisle with nothing but classic, like, old books. I mean, I got some gorgeous, gorgeous books, you guys, and I cannot wait to do the haul video, but I want to wait until I get this done, the cover, the stitching part, so I want to get that video up, and then I'll do that haul video just to kind of break up the project videos I'm doing right now. And then, sorry if you're cringing. I don't know how else to get it out of there. It's hard to get it out. Probably because of course, having a hurt finger, it was these 2 fingers, so don't have a lot of grip in my fingers right now. So I found a lot of books, and then I found a couple dresses and stuff, and I'll show you those. I'm going to be piecing those apart for projects, just, you know, harvesting the material from one. I hate to kind of do that too, because it's a really pretty kind of like ball gown, but I mean, my waist isn't this big, and I'm not going to any kind of a ball anytime soon. So, but so what was I saying? I'm so sidetracked, you guys, because I'm just so excited about how many times can I say so in a sentence? I am very excited about the treasures I found today, and it was just really awesome. And so I was up at the check stand once I was done doing the books, and I went back and hung all the fabric and stuff that I didn't want to buy, or the linens and stuff. And make sure I'm in frame, sorry. And one of the other, while I was getting rung up, because I had a stack, I probably bought like 35, 40 books, I think, today. And she was ringing me up, and so this another worker, she had stopped at the register to grab some of the stuff that needed to go back. And I saw, it was like probably music, I could tell it was a music book, and like an old music book. And I was like, and she took off with it, and I asked the lady ring me up, I go, was that like old music that she had in her hands? Because she saw her grab it, and she's like, yeah. She goes, we have some of the stuff back there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see it. So while she was still ringing me up with all the books, I quickly ran back to, well, I didn't run, let's get real. I walked briskly to the back of the section, and where she was, and I grabbed just that one. And as I was grabbing it, I noticed there was like two full, I closed probably 2.5, because they had like different sections of stuff in the music. I didn't even think to go to that aisle. I don't know why. I guess in my brain I was just thinking that all of the vintage stuff would be in the aisle where I was, and that wasn't the case. So I was like, oops. But anyway, so I go up to the check stand, and I do that, and I get checked out, and I take everything out to the car, or the truck. I had Steve's truck today, and I was like, okay, I got to go back in there and see what they have, because I was like, I need to look at that music, sheet music stuff, because it was gonna drive me nuts if I didn't. And the lady rang me up, she was chuckling, and she was laughing, because, now what was I just doing? Because I got myself sidetracked. Oh, I already did the back stitch. Listen, Abby. Okay, now I get my picture back up again here real quick. So I'm back in there, and I can't even tell. I can't even describe to you. I don't even know the number. It's got to be at least 70 different vintage sheet music. Like some was like one song, and the other ones were like, you know, thicker, like a collection of music and stuff. And oh my gosh, you guys, it was amazing. It was just awesome. And so I'm going to be doing a video on that. And as all the different treasures and things I find, unless it's purple, that's my disclaimer for everything. You know, I share this with my crafty friends and stuff, and I'm going to keep something back for future giveaways and happy meals and stuff like that. I don't like to just hog that all to myself, because I've got a huge circle of crafty friends. Some are closer circle friends than others, just because I've known them longer. That's what I mean by that. That really enjoy having vintage goodies and stuff. And so it makes me happy to share those types of things with my other crafty friends who appreciate them and enjoy me like I do. So over here so I don't, oh, I'm upside down. I was like, what's going on? So this needs to go up here so I don't forget again. And I'm gonna probably just do the rest of this like in a process portion, and then I'll come back on once I'm done with the whole entire stitching, this last section over here, and we'll kind of take a closer peek. And now I will share with you what I'm gonna do with these longer ends if I decide to trim them or keep them and add something else. So okay, ready? I think this is going to be the last clip. I was gonna come back on camera and show you the different places where I added some extra bits, but I was on one of my girlfriend's live show today, Amy Love. I will link her YouTube channel below. So I was working on that with the other ladies that were on panels and stuff. So the cover is not done, but since this is going to be a cover for my 2 signature journal, I don't do my covers until I'm done decorating the pages and inside, and I've adhered the signature block to the spine or whatever, because I like to wait till the end. Okay, I just like to do my covers last. So I'm definitely going to be adding a few more things. I'm gonna not sure I'm gonna put like a bead through here, or if I'm gonna put like a title, or I don't know. It's just kind of think about it as I'm working on the pages, getting them decorated. So I'm not gonna do any more because I don't want to start layering things and then come to the end I want to add something, but I can't because I stitched something else there, if that makes any sense. So this is the cover of it here, and the back side. Let me pull this out. I haven't put that in yet, but this is the inside stitch. I think it looks kind of cool. You can definitely tell where I kind of got wonky and didn't have like a straight line, but that's okay. And so what I added was this little bit of some vintage lace and then a little bit of this Chinese braid to stitch that on. Thought that looked cute. And over here I stitched on some of those the fabric little rose things there, flower things, and this here. So this is this material. Again, I don't know what it's called. I asked on the live show today and I got a couple different answers, so I'm not sure what to call this, but I took a little snippet of that and then I folded it up on itself like that to kind of give a little bit more visual interest and stuff. Here's the back side. Oh, I added this on the back too. That was something else I did on the show. But I got all of this over here finished. And then I'll open it up so you can see the spine a little bit better. And I think this is really beautiful, you guys. I love this. I think all the colors go well together. It definitely was a learning curve for me on doing this. I'm still learning from this. Because I know I have a lot of room to improve, and there's other techniques that I want to incorporate into this one to get a little bit better with like the basic stitching part, you know, doing different like embroidery flowers and stuff like that. That's kind of it for this video. I just really wanted this to be about my first attempt at doing some slow stitching and kind of taking you through that process with me, and I've enjoyed doing this. I definitely have found a new type of crafting that have quickly fallen in love with, and I just think this is awesome. I don't know why I didn't start 8 months ago when I stumbled upon it on Instagram, but I'm definitely going to be incorporating this and doing this in a lot more of my projects and stuff. So you'll see that in upcoming videos. All right, so thank you all so much. So happy scrapping, happy planning, happy crafting, and happy slow stitching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.